All right. Today we are going to look at a JD Vance clip talking about Joe Biden's horrible economy. And, with every JD Vance clip we watch, we have to give a trigger warning. I want no fact checking in the comments. He hates fact checkers. It's lib shit. We can't do that. So we're going to go ahead and check out this video on JD Vance explaining why Joe Biden's economy is so horrible.
President thinks that we have to make more of our own stuff.
The economy shrank. First time in 3 years. People are pointing to the tariff policy. There are people looking at their 401ks that are worried. What do you tell them? Is this going to work?
So the first thing is, when you talk about the economy, this is Joe Biden's economy, and we inherited $2 trillion of debt.
So we inherited, 10% across the board tariffs, which is plugging up our supply chains and bottlenecking everything, and just halting production in general in China. And those 10%, that's the low end. China's still looking at 250% tariffs and whatnot, and we're subsequently going to be paying an 84% tariff to them. So that's basically halting trade until we get any kind of deal on the table, which that's clearly Joe Biden's economy, right? I mean, JD Vance would never lie to you. He loves facts too much. That's why he doesn't like fact checkers. So we're going to go ahead and just assume that he's right, because he's our fearless vice president and he would never lie to you, right?
The highest peacetime deficits in American history, a $1.2 trillion trade deficit, which fundamentally means we're not making enough of our own stuff. And the president came in and he said,
it's crazy how this administration just does not understand the fact of a trade deficit. It's not that hard to wrap your head around. I have a trade deficit with my local Walmart because I go to them, I give them my money, they give me goods. I don't give them any goods. Therefore, I have a 100% trade deficit with Walmart. And you could do that with any of your local goods and services. A kid mowed my lawn the other day. I didn't go and mow his lawn. I gave him money. He did not give me money. Therefore, we have a 100% trade deficit with that kid. Am I crying about it? No. Therefore, our economy should not be crying about it either. We need a lot of these trade deficits. What do you expect? Poor island nations in the Philippines or something to pay, $50 for a t-shirt when they can go buy one from China for $4? It doesn't make any sense. Our economy is different from poor nations. We are the richest nation in the world. Therefore, we have more money to distribute into the world, causing trade deficits. Let's carry on.
that this is not always going to be easy. It would have been very easy for Donald Trump to do what administrations past have done, which is borrow a lot of money and continue fueling the national debt. He said, no, we need a reset. We need American workers to have better jobs. We need to protect the jobs that they have right now. And we need to be more self-reliant as an economy, which, by the way, will drive down those skyrocketing levels of debt that we've seen. That is what he promised he was going to do. And he came in and we've started that process now.
Yeah, dude, because Donald Trump really cares about the little guy's jobs. You know, he's definitely pairing all of his ridiculous tariffs with industrial policy. You know, of course, right? No, he's not doing any of that. He's not building up the industrial base in America. He's tearing it all down. He literally put a pause on the CHIPS Act, which would have brought something like 200,000 jobs back to America for chip manufacturing, something we desperately need in America, but we will not be getting thanks to Donald Trump. It's all just partisan bullshit games with these people, and they're messing with our lives. Somebody like JD Vance, he's going to be fine. He's rich. Donald Trump, he's fine. You know, Elon Musk, none of these people are going to be affected the same way as you and I, or, you know, your neighbor or the guy down the street. All of us are going to be hardest hit by these tariffs, because tariffs are a regressive tax. The bottom pay for it. It's a tax on consumer goods, basically, and no major corporation is going to take on that burden. But I do want to put this out there. I know everybody knows that Trump, all of his shit is all his MAGA stuff, make America great again, make it so great, it's going to be the greatest. Bring us back to 1890, the Gilded Age. We're going to call it the Golden Age. Yeah, we're going to look at this video of the Dropkick Murphys making a bet with some MAGA guy. Let's watch it.
Where the fuck are all the other punk bands? The reason we speak out, we don't care if we lose fans, because when history's said and done, we want it known that Dropkick Murphys stood with the people, we stood with the workers. Okay?
This is fucking awesome.
And
Punk rock AF.
It's all a fucking scam, guys, okay? I want to propose, in the name of decency and fairness, sir, I'd like to propose a friendly wager. You can't lose this wager. Would you, in the name of dialogue and discourse, and I appreciate you being here, would you agree to a friendly wager? He says sure. That's a good sport. Well, first of all, do you support American workers?
Before we watch the rest of this video, I will go out on a limb and say punk rock is the best type of music for leftists. It's always about political shit and talking about, you know, the man is screwing you over and stuff. I mean, Dropkick Murphys is awesome. You know, Bad Religion, fucking awesome. You know, there's all kinds of cool old school punk rock bands that are just fucking out there doing this shit.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Okay. So, and you support American businesses, obviously. Okay.
Obviously.
So, I don't know if you guys
Obviously,
are aware,
MAGA
we don't go
people
around fucking
support
bragging about
small
it, but
businesses
Dropkick
in
Murphys
America.
always sells proudly made in America merchandise only. And here's the bet I'd like to make. If you lose the bet, we switch shirts, okay? If you win the bet, I give you $100 and the shirts, right? That's why I said you can't lose.
Oh, damn,
right?
that's a good deal. I'd take that deal, Jack.
Matt, can we get a little drum roll, please? This is fucking high drama here. American made, sir, could you both turn backwards? Don't worry, no one's gonna. He just needs to check your tags on your shirt and your hat. Just need to see where they're made. No, the MAGA shirt. Let's see where that's made.
This guy's trying to slip under the radar, get his black shirt under there or something. He was trying to swerve that MAGA shirt because he knows that shit ain't made in America.
It's made in Nicaragua!
It's made in Nicaragua. What are you talking about? All of my merchandise is made here in America. It is shipped to America. That's where you are. The greatest people on earth. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's all bullshit. Trump does not believe in American manufacturing, or else he would have been, for the past 10 years, making his merchandise in America. He doesn't believe in that. He believes in making himself rich. He doesn't give a fuck about the little guy. He only gives a fuck about number one, and that's him. But let me know. Do you prefer to buy in America? Do you care if yours is American made? Are you more pro free trade so you get it everywhere, or are you maximalist, made in America, nationalist? Anyways, like the video if you like the video. Subscribe would really help grow the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.